Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Today we're going to be taking a look at Mini going up against Bishop. The map going to be Radeon. And yeah, I just kind of was thinking, how is Bishop doing right now? We haven't really gotten to see too much of him lately. He didn't make it into ASL, unfortunately, but everyone kind of loves his style overall. I know Toggles has replaced him in many people's hearts, but yeah, he's always very, very fun. And of course, Mini, you know, one of the best Protosses out there. So should be a decent game, I would say. I actually, you know, like TVP has been like subtly changing, and Bishop has generally got a pretty interesting like idea of how to play the different matchups. I feel like I don't want to say exactly ahead of the meta, but I've really liked some things he's done. Like when Terran vs. Zerg started getting very, very hard, he was like doing a lot of the Wraith builds, right? And he was doing some pretty heavy Firebat busts, which against Zerg as well, to bust like Lurkers under Defilers and stuff, which I actually think needs a little bit more play. Like we need to see that a little bit more, I think, to make Zerg a little bit more careful about taking a fourth base. So yeah, I don't know. There's something about Bishop's play that I really do enjoy to kind of check out what he's doing, because he does play in a very different way. Now, Mini, of course, is the first Protoss to, at the pro level at least, to figure out that Nexus First is by far the best build. And goes for another one here. Just so common with Mini. Looking down at Barrack Space, like it looks like it's probably going to be a factory expansion. His SCV going out to Scout now. And he'll probably do an End Scout and Scout Mini second. We'll see if he tries to bust or not, and whether this is like a 1-gate, a 2-gate, or a Forge Nexus First build from Mini, because all those things do make a big difference. Now, you can see Mini going through the center of the map. This is something that he has basically proven to be the best. The most frustrating thing is when that happens. They cross-spawn scout you while going Nexus First, do the greediest version, and you're like, oh man, I'm just so far behind. Now, luckily for Bishop, he's not in that cross-spawn, so he does have maybe some potential for an attack. We'll see about that momentarily. And yeah, he is going to do that End Scout. So checking the close positions first. But this is 2 gateways, even before mining gas, into the Cybernetics core. So this is, you probably don't want to try to bust this. You could. You can bust something like this. It is possible. But it comes down pretty heavily to micro and execution from both sides. And it's much easier from the Protoss side if you go for the 2 gates. So basically you just make some Zealots and you move them out like here. And then the SCVs have to get in front of the Marines really quickly, and you know, the Zealots will run away, and it's like, do you chase them or do you go in and the Zealots come in for a flank as Dragoons come out? It becomes very difficult. So anyways, Bishop does start the bunker, and a lot of SCVs are coming as well. This is, I'm super surprised he's only sending 6 additional SCVs. All right, so he does get a kill onto a probe so far. But yeah, this is going to be a total of 7 SCVs, which is very, very low. Like 8 is normal. And like even with 8, it's hard to break this. But Mini going to start a wall here. This is pretty popular right now as a way to stop these rushes, is to just instantly get a wall up so that you can't actually get through and fight correctly. And that lets the Dragoon take way better shots as well. So right now, the Dragoons come out and they do start targeting down the SCV building the bunker. You can see definitely some issues going on. The Dragoons targeting down Marines super, super fast. Oh my god, he's killing a lot of SCVs as well. Not even letting this bunker go up as of yet. He does have 1 Marine in this bunker back here, and now all the SCVs are gone. The Nexus is not in trouble. He's only down 3 workers at the moment with an extra Nexus up. And obviously Bishop's going to have to cancel that out. Come on, Bishop. Okay, he cancels it. I think, well, range just started, so I mean, probably he'll get these 3 buildings. I'd be surprised if Mini, like, sacrifices, like, a lot of goon health to save these. He doesn't really super need them right now. Let's see what Bishop's doing back at his base as the follow-up. All right, so Mine's on the way. That makes sense. He's got a siege tank and command center going to go down. So he's not going to go completely all in from here. He knows that he killed an okay amount of probes, but I have to be honest, like, this position for Terran is very losing. Like, it is... This is a very, very bad position. Yes, okay, there's a little supply block. Yes, the workers are similar. But this is... It takes 75 seconds for this to make. In that time, you're going to have a lot more probes. Well, the supply block actually helps dramatically here, because that is... Like, he's definitely losing a couple potential workers, or maybe even a little bit more than that. But he'll get back onto that production. He's got the better spread of workers, and obviously will create quite a few from here. Now, on Bishop's side... Oh, that was kind of interesting. I was surprised he even took that out. But yeah, he did lure the Dragoons into a mine there, so at least there's that. Now, Bishop's sitting out here with the tank and the Vultures. I don't know what the plan is here. I don't think there's any real potential. He might be looking, because Mini will do the step forward, step back Dragoon micro against mines. He might be looking to interfere with that. That's the only thing that I can really come up with at the moment. Now, Mini is going for the Robo. Yeah, I think the, if you look at this, so the command center finishes and the workers are much closer than anticipated. That's actually pretty surprising that they're going to be on approximately even. It looks like maybe Bishop's 2 half SCVs ahead. So he'll pop up by 2 and then go back to even over and over. Or something like that. Yeah, see? 26 to 24, then it'll be 28 to 26, and so on and so forth. So part of the problem is that Bishop doesn't have a lot of production. You're going to hit a pretty strong Dragoon count pretty quickly. I am interested in what Bishop's doing here, though. He's just kind of like setting up behind his mines. I've never seen anyone quite play this position like this. Okay, he's going to poke the Dragoons, and the Dragoons are probably just going to walk back. You got to be really careful. 8 goons can one-shot a tank, so like, yeah, see, that's not worth it for Bishop at all. This is an interesting idea, though, to kind of just go up and siege behind the mines that you already have. I guess he's got a pretty good read that Reaver couldn't be out quite yet. Looks like a probe and Dragoon will be picked up here from Mini. He might transport this like over to another base or something. Oh, actually picks up the Zealots. So yeah, it looks like he might just drop on top of this then. Some more Marines have been made for a bunker. Second factory coming up. This is such a weird play, but yeah, he gets in here and ooh, the bunker finishing is gigantic. Wow. I really didn't expect anything to look quite like this. Like, when you don't kill the Nexus, even if you're up in workers as you don't kill the Nexus, Terran almost always loses. It's just the additional production, the fact that you know that Protoss already has at least 2 gateways or a gateway and a robo. Like, they're just going to be able to outproduce you. It takes a long time to get your second factory up as Terran in that position because you got to make the command center and your worker saturation isn't that big or anything. But the fact that he's kind of just rallied his tanks up and sieged behind his mines, he's made a bunker. The bunker was super, super clutch. He's making some missile turrets. You know, this is partially map dependent. You have to have places that you can actually build like this. Look at this, laying a few mines up here as well. I'm really glad that we checked out a Bishop game here because it's just... It's so weird. Like, I don't... It doesn't... This game doesn't feel super replicable, but... Because, like, that's a big test of things. It's like, okay, are we just in a weird one-off position? Well, the thing is, there's oftentimes enough you kill a decent amount of probes and don't get the Nexus with a bust. Like, I would say that when you choose to bust, well, different people have different tolerances for trying to bust. When I see 2 gates, I just don't even try because it normally turns out kind of like what Bishop had. But if this, I wonder how oftentimes you can pull off a push like this. Now, he hasn't won yet. The game is not over. He's up in workers. He has the 2 bases. He has some missile turrets. So I think Bishop's going to take it. But there is some counterplay here for Mini. He's about to have shuttle speed ready. Actually flies into a lot of missile turrets there, so that's pretty painful. Continues to push forward with his siege tanks. The leapfrogging is very, very slow. Mini is not super saturating these mineral patches. That is natural. And here comes the Reaver drop. This is kind of the most important thing going on right now. Preventing missile turrets here at the natural is going to be very key to him continuing having good movement on the map. Oh, no missile turret down here either. This is getting very, very annoying. Uh-oh. Okay, that was a good save. He should probably just siege this and leave it there. Oh, man, Mini is starting to get some real damage, bringing that worker count way back in line. Some very good micro there. Kills that missile turret as well. Man, you can't even see what he's doing back there. It's so funny. There is a little bit of playable map behind the mini map, just to let you guys know. Just a little tiny bit. So this, it looks like the Reaver's probably trapped now. Goliath here, Goliath here. Oh my god, 2 more shuttles actually going to fly in with Zealots. Okay, Mini might actually just win from here, even though he's losing his Nexus right now. Drops out the Reaver. And look at this. The Zealots getting on top of the siege tanks and the Goliaths, allowing the Reaver to get back into the mix of things. 19 kills already on this thing. Gets the siege tank. He will be able to kill this Zealot, but the problem is the Reaver as it was before. A couple more Zealots back here as well. Wouldn't it be bad to bring those forward a little bit? No missile turret back here. Reaver continues to just deal incredible amounts of damage. Oh my god. In the meantime, this base has not even been killed yet. Not that it has too many workers, but we're down to 35 against 26. He was up in the 40s for pro or for SCVs before. Very good handling here from Mini. You know, it's just funny because I was like, yeah, no, it looks like a Bishop victory, but now that Mini has all these speed shuttles, like, you can't imagine him regaining his main base. What a strange game that this has been. That's got to be game, right? Like, the main base is basically just gone. He's getting the Nexus, but it doesn't matter. It's not like you can bring 4 siege tanks back, walk them back, and like maintain your base, because these speed shuttles will just pick up all the rest of these units and go. And the counterattack isn't very realistic either. Like, if you have 1 shuttle and a Reaver, the 4 siege tanks won't be able to break the main base. So yeah, he even leaves the 1 shuttle. This, like, maybe he's waiting for these Zealots, or maybe he's just like, yeah, if I leave this here, I can't lose. Because I would definitely agree with that assessment. Now, as these Zealots are finally being cleaned up, here comes some more. I think we'll just see a GG from this point. It's obvious that nothing else can be done. That was an interesting game. Bishop's tactic of kind of getting up here and getting the turrets up and the bunker up in time with siege mode while expanding. I was very surprised and impressed that he was able to do that. And he actually had fair missile turrets. Like, he had 2 up when the first Reaver came. Maybe there's a world in which you can turret up a bit more, but the thing is, if you spend a lot of money at home defending and you make a lot of units and leave them at home to defend, suddenly he can utilize his shuttles that he's making to help bust this. And you saw how slow the creep was up to the Nexus. So yeah, I'm not so sure about it. It was a cool idea from Bishop. Let me know what you think, if he's on to something for the continuation of trying to bust the Nexus. Or is there just too much counterplay available for Protoss? I'm kind of on the fence about it. I do feel like he probably shouldn't have pulled the trigger because it was a 2-gate with Nexus first, and that's just generally doesn't get broken anymore. So that's my take. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.